On this episode of the Third Gallon Podcast.
I love you, Mama!
Mama Williams.
After recruiting passengers and boarding the second kiss.
So you recruited a bunch of passengers, you sent away some gilded gunners in disguise, and an alien?
And a nerd.
We saved a nerd's life.
We saved a nerd's life.
After
Yeah.
Eleanor beautifully. You got your passengers, you boarded the second kiss, the ropes were released, and you started rising up into the air.
Micah's angels take to the sky.
But you also see these weird bits of weather. Like you see clouds, not just like gray and dark storm clouds, like they're purple, some are red, some are faintly tinted green. One of them kind of catches their blimp. You go through some turbulence outside, like landing on the little area. Some like little purple ice crystals form, and then they kind of like dissipate. You see snow, you see rain. The weather is very chaotic in the Mana Wastes and like constantly changing.
But the flight might get a little bumpy.
In the distance, kind of coming from the back of the airship, you see dark silhouettes of winged creatures. 3 of them.
What?
Buckle your seatbelts because we're taking off.
The propellers are powered
By horses.
by horses on a
Another
wheel.
cog in the murder machine.
Brr.
Now.
So I have been granted access at time of recording to the new Bing AI-powered chat bot. I've already been using ChatGPT for a while. I'm kind of interested in ChatGPT. Some AI as far as that goes. But sidestepping the licensing, legal, and moral questions of it, AI is fun. AI is fun to play with.
Yeah.
I've generated a Forbidden Lands dungeon for our Friday group, and it was a ton of fun to play through. Or I had it like generate, and then I used it to like work with it to like massage it into something appropriate for where you guys were in the world. It was a lot of fun. But since ChatGPT doesn't have access to the internet, I can't ask it really fun things about, us. But Bing searches the internet and includes that in its like language model or whatever. So I asked it an infamous question. I asked it, what do you know about the Third Gallon podcast? I'm going to do it again live on air, but the first time I got responses from it, it was goofy.
The first response was good.
Yeah, kinda.
No, it was solid. It was podcast.
It tried.
It was podcast. People play game.
Let's let them draw another conclusion, and then we'll talk about our first experience.
Yeah, so I'm going to ask it, what can you tell me about the Third Gallon podcast, aka the Reapers? And it will give me a decent response first. The more you ask it things, the more it kind of loses its mind.
Falls apart.
The Third Gallon podcast is a podcast where a group of friends play different tabletop role-playing games, parentheses TTRPG, in a seasonal format. Currently, they are playing through Pathfinder 2nd Edition, published by Paizo. Yeah. You can listen to their episodes on various platforms, such as their website, Podbean, TuneIn, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. And then here's the fun part. It gives me like responses I can just click on. I could ask anything with like typing it, but some of the like suggested responses are, who are the hosts of the Third Gallon podcast? What is Pathfinder 2nd Edition? How many episodes have they released so far? So I'm going to ask it, who are the hosts? And
All
this
right.
is where it can lose the plot.
This is where it starts, falling apart.
If it gets it right, I'm going to be really impressed.
Yeah. Oh no, it didn't get it right.
The hosts of the the hosts of the podcast are Derek, Drow, Jazzy, Kev, and Matt.
What? This is worse than last time. Kev?
How do you spell Jazzy?
Maybe I'm Matt.
J-A-Z-Z-Y.
Jazzy. Hey, Jazzy.
It will not get Kat and Jacob. It never does.
It never will it?
We've
It
got
doesn't.
what?
It's okay.
Jared,
We're just here for the ride. Katie.
Katie.
Evan,
Evan.
Ethan.
Missing Evan.
Yeah. Who is Matt? Who is Evan?
Maybe
from the
Matt
first
is
time?
me, and it's just one letter short of cat, and it's the closest it's gotten.
It's so funny.
I have a feeling that it's somewhere between Matt Mercer and Matthew Capodicaza.
Probably.
I'm not
be.
done yet. Derek is the game master, parentheses GM, and cat herder who works in software and dabbles in many things. Was accurate. Drow is an abomination who represents themselves with the cat emoji.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Jazzy is a professional artist and illustrator who loves cats and coffee. Kev is a software engineer and musician who enjoys playing guitar and singing. Matt is a software developer and hobbyist game designer who likes making things.
Things.
It always mentions liking cats and coffee. And then somebody is always a musician.
You guys must have had one of these runs when I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Me and Jacob and Drow and some other people were watching it. I was going ham one night.
It was
right
really
when I got access
trying.
to it, and we were just watching it try to answer things.
It never gets it right.
But I saved some responses from that night that I think were really funny.
Ethan.
Because I went further on. You know, the further you go, the more it loses the plot. And like I forget like what the exact like line of questions was, but it ended up like one of the pre-generated responses was like, "Do you have any feedback for them?" And it gave back. I clicked it, and this is what it gave back. It said, "I think they're doing a great job with their podcast. They have a good balance of humor, drama, and action. They also have a nice variety of games and genres. I would like to hear more about their characters' backgrounds and motivations. Maybe they could do some bonus episodes where they explore their characters' stories in more depth." And you know what?
That's
pretty
fair.
all right.
That's fair.
I don't think it has any idea what we actually do, but that's fair.
What a good generic answer.
Generic.
It also said that I famously played Nug.
That's right.
The Witcher.
The Nug the Witcher.
That's right. It called Nug a Witcher. That's
did my
funny.
heart good.
Okay.
The thing is, it's not the Nug that you played. The Nug I play is a Witcher.
No, it's
all right. I've got it. I got it still here. Do any of you want to ask anything related to us? So we can get some fresh responses from it. The pre-generated ones it gave me is, what is their website? We know what that's going to give us. How long have they been podcasting, which may or may not be interesting. And what are some of their best episodes?
What are some of the
yeah,
best
the best
there we go.
episodes.
Yeah, some of our best episodes.
All right, let's see what it says.
Is it just going to go off ratings?
All
It's
goblins
searching
go to heaven.
It's searching the internet for third gallon best episodes.
Doesn't say all goblins go to heaven.
Yeah. Is it all goblins go to heaven?
No, it's better.
What is it?
Okay, so it says number one. Here's some of their best episodes according to user rating and reviews are season S1E1, The Rumping Eagle, Forbidden Lands, A Lost Band of Caravan Guards. Here's Tell of a Potential Score and Stops for Lunch. So actually, that's one of our episodes.
That's good.
Yeah.
Season or S2E3, season 2, episode 3, The Gilded Cage, Pathfinder 2E. It's already gone.
Oh no.
The
There
party
it goes.
infiltrates a high society party to find out more about their target, but things go awry when they encounter some unsuspected guests.
I wonder
don't even
who that is.
know who that is, but it's not us.
No.
If you know who that is, comment.
Episode 3, The Gilded Cage. Nothing's popping up. I think it made it up. I think it made it up entirely.
Because it gives links for each thing, and it just links to our website.
AI is so stupid.
And then the last one it gives is season 3, episode 5, which is actually All Goblins Go to Heaven.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. It names it The Final Countdown Mothership, which we're not even playing. The crew of the USS Albatross must escape from a doomed space station before it explodes, but they face deadly obstacles and secrets along the way.
Okay, but that sounds kind of cool.
It's such a very fun idea.
Oh, hey. The Gilded Cage is renowned as Magnemar's most decadent night spot. This is just in Pathfinder.
Yeah, like I said, it's very confidently wrong, and it makes stuff up. Is there anything else you want to ask, Bing? Because it didn't give me any options here.
In the Kelvin timeline, the USS Albatross is a spaceship in Star Trek. I don't know what Kelvin timeline is, but
It's the deaf guy from Brothers of the Forest.
It's Kelvin. I love Kelvin. Thumbs up.
Chops down your treehouse.
Any other prompts you want to give Being Chat, who is completely lost who we are?
Can you tell me more about Drow Third Gallon Podcast?
Tell me more about Drow.
AI is a very fun thing, but boy, this is stupid. Very creative. I'd love to run from a derelict space station as it's trying to blow
That
up.
sounds exciting.
Yeah.
It sounds great.
It also sounds like playing Alien Isolation, which I did a while back on stream, and that was the worst thing I have ever done to myself.
I don't like games where you have to run away because it's scary.
Oh boy, what'd it say?
Drow is one of the hosts of the Third Gallon Podcast. They are an abomination in their late thousands who represents themselves with a cat emoji. There it is again.
Yeah.
There it is
They
again.
are also a professional artist and illustrator. There you go.
Okay.
Who
Okay.
loves cats and coffee. Fair enough.
That's fair.
You do, though.
I do.
The cats and coffee thing just...
Why is it always cats and coffee?
It knows you. They have played various characters in different games.
Oh, boy.
Such as Durgamir, a guest Witcher player character,
Wow! It got so close.
So close, but so far.
and Nixie, a gnome rogue in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. You can follow
Nixie.
them on Twitter at drow_now.
Okay. Nixie.
Durgamir.
I'm trying to think of who the fuck Nixie is.
Send
I'm going to
that-
ask it, what
send-
character does Jazzy play?
Send that Durgamir thing to Micah. I want to see his reaction.
Oh, I am.
Micah Erasure.
AI don't believe in Micah.
The no Micah timeline.
I mean, Jacob and I already don't exist.
Yeah.
We
there's
have multiple
Ethan,
identities.
Jared, Sam, Elliot,
Katie.
Jazzy.
Jazzy.
I'm sending this to Micah
Kev.
right now.
I legitimately think that is so pleasant.
That is...
Oh, I couldn't find anything about. I'm sorry, I quit. I couldn't find any information about Jazzy's character in the Third Gallon podcast.
You should try looking up
Likely.
Jacob and see what it says.
Likely.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about
the Jacob.
from the Third
Let's
Gallon
see
podcast?
if he exists when you mention him starting out.
Potted cast. I hope you're Cahoon.
Oh, that'd be great. I'm sorry, but I couldn't find any information about Jacob and the Third Gallon podcast. Are you sure that's the correct name? Maybe you meant Derek, Drow, Jazzy, Kev, or Matt.
Now you have to try me. And then I'll be okay.
I'm on the about page too.
I
My name is in bold.
Same, Jacob, same.
Is Kat a member of the Third
God.
Gallon?
It's
All
right
right,
there with my
Jacob.
stupid muffin face.
You just
Cupcake.
need to have like a social media.
That might be what does it, because neither Kat nor I have social media on there.
I'm sorry, but I couldn't find any information about Kat and the Third Gallon podcast. Are you sure that's the correct name? Maybe you meant Kev, who is one of the hosts and plays guitar and sings.
And not Kev.
Hi,
I
Cal.
can't sing. And if I played a guitar, it would probably sound like a dying string instrument.
It's so dumb, and
Anyway,
I love it.
hey, Kev.
This is wonderful.
I hate you.
But I in that
At
conversation,
least I exist.
in the conversation previously, after like the feedback thing, one of the suggested responses was, "Do you have any feedback for the Third Gallon?" Or it was like, "Do you have any questions for the Third Gallon podcast?" And it said it has questions for us, which I figure we can
All right,
talk
let's
about a little
answer.
bit. Number one, how did they choose which games to play and how long to play them? I'll answer that.
It's
unless-
actually, its questions were
solid.
actually good questions.
It's a complicated question that has a complicated answer and a simple answer.
Can I answer?
Yeah,
Whatever we feel like.
that's the right answer.
What we've
Yeah.
wanted to play forever and just hadn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We go and like I like bend myself over backwards being like, was this a good fit for like what people want to listen to or not? But it ends up just being like, what am I going to play?
Yeah.
Second question, how do they prepare for each session and what tools do they use? We don't.
We don't, yeah. Well, I mean, you prepare,
You
I'm a
prepare.
GM, but yeah.
but like,
Well, I mean, some of us
Except-
have written background vignettes and such.
Well, okay, that's true, but like that's not something that we do for the podcast. We just do that anyway.
This is an improv show.
I think the most preparation goes in at the beginning, and that's just learning the game system because
Yeah,
we actually try
that is
to
true.
learn we don't go in and play without knowing how to play. We learn how to play.
We test everything. If we're going to have people on, we test them out to make sure everything works. If we're going to try a new system, we read it, we play test sessions, we make sure it's like a fit and know what we're doing before we actually do it. We still have a lot of like novelty whenever we start the campaign because we've only just learned, but like we take care of the fumbling around part basically.
Yeah.
Third questions, how do they balance their podcasting time with their personal lives and other hobbies? We don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
We don't.
I work and I podcast.
Yeah.
Hi there, my name's Dro. I stream and I do this.
We used to have our main hobby was playing TTRPGs most weekends together, and now it's playing TTRPGs on a podcast. And
Together.
Derek also spends a lot of time out of the week. Derek and Drow both spend a lot of time out of the week.
We used to play on the weekends, then play like video games together 1 to 2 days of the week.
At least.
And now we play this on the weekends and maybe play video games once a week. Maybe.
More like twice a month.
There you go. That's actually, yeah.
And I work and then die on the couch.
Yep. Thanks, podcast.
We do this for you, audience. Feel bad.
Next
But I probably put the least effort into this, so.
is what are some of the challenges and rewards of running a podcast? That's a good question.
We've gotten more people to listen than I thought we would. And they're like really fun to interact with.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'd say the main challenge of running a podcast that no one tells you is like, it's kind of hard, but I think everyone can make a podcast episode. Like you can get the equipment you need. It's really not that expensive to get into. You can write stuff. You can get good talking on mic. You can figure out how to process audio. Like all that's work and you have to figure it out. The hard part is editing, but anyone can do that with enough time and learning. But like the part that no one tells you about that actually like burns people out is you have to do that every week.
Yeah.
Again and again
Yeah.
and again. I think anyone can make a podcast episode. I think people who have a lot of like dedication can make a couple, like, or whatever. But if you want to make a podcast regularly and have it come out every week on time, that is like running a marathon. It's not about like one episode. It's about doing the same thing 5 months later and still wanting to do it. And like, especially if you're new and kind of a smaller show like we are, doing that and knowing that like exactly how many people that aren't your friends listen to it can really just suck your soul out. So you have to have reasons that aren't like having a big show and wanting to do it to make it. You have to have some sort of like intrinsic reason. And I've told for us, that's the scrapbook, right? That's the main reason that we do it. The fans are nice. I love having our audience and interacting with them. But the reality is if you don't have the intrinsic reason, it is like a ticking time bomb until it falls apart. And even then, like it can be really hard to motivate yourself.
But hey, on that note, tell your friends.
This sounds like a threat.
It is.
Don't leave town.
Oh, and here we go. Last question from Bing Chat that I saved off. What are some of their inspirations and influences for their stories and characters?
Well, stories are pre-made, so.
Yeah.
Sure.
Our inspirations, at least this season, has been Paizo. Thank you, Paizo.
And then overall, like, I mean, the same people that inspires every other tabletop RPG podcast, the big Critical Role, Glass Cannon. Glass Cannon
Dimension
mostly.
20.
Yeah.
NADPod.
NADPod. You know,
I've never listened to Dimension 20 nor NADPod.
yeah.
I just build characters that I think it would be fun to be.
You build characters that you read about in stories.
Do you?
There's been at least 2.
Well, Owen was like her own story.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
one the friend and I wrote
So,
together,
like-
and Jacob took the character and made them emo.
Well, what was your
excuse.
Oh my God. What was your inspiration for any of the characters on the show? Any stories that you can think of?
Well, INEF was built out of random generation.
Oh, that's right. You rolled that
And
one.
then once we got there, I was like, hey, she's so nice. She's going to be like a Midwesterner because I have family from the Midwest. And it just kind of, rolled right off when I did that. I just built Al for the fun of it. I kind of wanted to reprise being a a rogue, but maybe not be an emo one, and see if I could make it work. See if I could make a rogue work.
It worked. You just died.
Yeah, I just died.
I had,
Mission failed successfully.
when I think about it, I didn't have any specific inspirations for any of my characters. I just made what I thought was fun.
Interesting. Although I feel like all of your characters, Jacob, are a small aspect of yourself. Namely, some amount of the money greed. Dreamin' was the insane aspect. Nug is the simple as aspect. And Chester is the metagaming aspect.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take it.
You built Chester to metagame.
Listen, I am my
that's all.
inspiration.
Drow, has any of your characters been inspired from things?
I don't think I need to further explain what Psycheer Astartes of Clan Tau, the sanctioned observer,
I don't get it.
I will kill you, is in reference to.
The funny thing is I'm the Warhammer lore nerd in this house. You just do this to make me upset, or more specifically to make Jacob upset.
What?
Is that a fair assessment?
Baffled. I'm not upset about this. I think it's funny.
Every time you
every
learn a
time
new
I
piece,
yeah.
it's like here's name.
Baffled, but I'm not angry.
You have expressed some very opinions whenever I first said of Clan Tau.
That's fair.
Whenever
That's
I said
fair.
Psycheer Astartes.
That's fair.
You went, you what?
Because I'm shocked.
Mm-hmm.
I'm scared.
For
Games Workshop, stay away.
my God, Viverwin. I just wanted to be a spellcaster again. I missed being a spellcaster, and Cahoon. That one was me.
That's just you.
That one was just an aspect that I had for a very long time shoved down, and I just decided to allow it to escape. And now I say bark.
Bark.
In a I have said bark to people who I just met, and that is the worst thing that has happened to me.
That's really funny.
They'll be like, "Oh, hey, name. Oh, bark." And then I have to kill them.
It's really unfortunate.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I figured out one of my other ones is living vicariously. For me, at least. It's like, I'm not a dedicated duelist or a totally awesome sneaky boy or a super fancy elf who can shoot things like Legolas, but sometimes deep inside, I want to be Leg.
Well, speaking of AI funness and all these cool little questions for us, I'm going to do something different with this intro. We're not going to have our normal one.
Oh?
I asked it to do something.
One statement.
Uh-huh.
If you're thinking about using AI for your current TTRPG art, don't.
I got to be careful with
Support
this
the art community.
because some of these things it'll just spit out licensed content, but I think this one's pretty safe. I gave it a prompt. Here I said, write me a movie trailer script about the Spellscar Desert and the Mana Wastes.
Okay.
So let's see what it gives us, and we'll just roll with it. In a land where magic is unpredictable and deadly, where ancient wars have left scars on the earth and sky, where civilization clings to a few pockets of order and technology, cut to shot of Alkenstar City, a city of smog and metal surrounded by walls and cannons. One city stands as a beacon of hope and innovation. Cut to a shot of a group of Avengers, you guys.
It's us.
Me.
It says armed with guns, swords, and riding on clockwork horses across the desert.
Oh, sick. Awesome. Sick nasty.
But when their protectors turn against them, cut to a shot of a giant clockwork golem rampaging through the city streets, smashing buildings and people. They must venture into the heart of chaos. Cut to another shot. The adventurers entering the Spellscar Desert where strange rock formations and swirling winds of magic and mutated creatures awaits them to find the source of the corruption. Another shot of ancient ruin hidden in a canyon with glowing runes and arcane symbols on its walls, and stop it before it destroys everything they hold dear. As a montage of action scenes, gunfights with bandits, monsters, explosions, chases, traps, puzzles, and magic tools. And then the title card, Spellscar.
That's amazing.
I love it.
That's pretty good. That's fun.
And it searched Pathfinder wiki for all of these, which is
It's
fantastic.
nice. Listen, there's your next homebrew. We'll play that for season. What season are we on? 4. In a world
In a world
Where dying can make you dead.
stakes are piled high, and death can make you dead.
I love this. Spell Scar.
Spell Scar.
That would be a great movie. I'm into it. Well,
I don't know if it will make a good movie.
Oh, movie. Movie be like an animated movie? Be dope.
it'd be pretty dope.
It'd be cool.
It'd be a high budget live action movie with all the clockwork CGI.
Yeah. And Matt, I mean,
Yeah.
it'd be like the D&D.
I don't know,
Imagine.
man. If you ship it overseas, that's the reason that they have CGI for most backgrounds in the Avengers movies.
Well, anyway, we last left our group of Spellscar adventurers, apparently, riding on your clockwork horses.
Horses? That's the dirigibles.
Are the propellers horses? Is that what we've determined?
The horses are spinning on the propellers.
Or the propellers are powered
By horses.
by horses on a wheel.
Cog in the murder machine.
Brr.
You had spent the last session looking for passengers to take a voyage aboard the Second Kiss, heading out to Cloud Reaver Keep and then further into the Spellscar Desert. You guys all right?
It's so hard to be quiet about
Second episode energy, Derek.
Let's wait till we get to the third one.
it. Oh boy.
Like the gallon.
Ethan, the famed fourth gallon.
But so you recruited a bunch of passengers. You've sent away some gilded gunners in disguise and an alien.
And a nerd.
And unfortunately, you had
And we
to-
saved a nerd's life.
We saved a nerd's life,
after
yeah.
Eleanor
Beat the
beautifully
shit out.
just knocked him out in one
Without
hit.
even
Hey,
trying.
what was up with the reincarnated lady? Anything special about her?
No.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But you got
She's
your
just hanging out.
you got your passengers. You boarded the Second Kiss. All the stuff was loaded onto it. The ropes were released, and you started rising up into the air. And that's what we're gonna pick up today. Rising up, rising up.
I ain't ever been this high before. This is
Rising
weird.
up, dirigible.
There
You're
are
swinging horses.
Jesus Christ. As you guys rise into the air in your horse-drawn dirigible, I've moved you to the map of the Second Kiss flight deck. On here, you'll see that there's like all the other passengers. There's like booths, like almost restaurant style that people sit in.
Nice.
At the back of it, you'll see a open lounge area with tables and seats and a little like bar looking thing. You've already explored this before. There's like stairs to the upper levels where there's like some sleeping quarters. You can go up even further into the like central keel catwalk if you want to see like where the engines are. And there's even an observation deck at the very top of it. But the ship rises up slowly in the air. Everyone's settled down, and I'm going to move you guys to some seats if you don't mind.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I mind immensely.
Who sits at the window?
How dare you?
Chester will sit
Railroading.
at the window.
Who else wants to sit at the window?
Me.
I want to sit toward the back where I can see everyone at the same time.
There we go. So you guys are seated down, and
Can I stick my hand out the window?
no, it's glass, but you
Aw.
can go out the back. Like the back's open if you want, or
Wait.
there's an open door to the back.
Like where the bar is?
Yeah, so I let you guys see through all the walls, basically, lighting wise.
Yeah.
There's a door back there. You should be able to open up and go out. There's an open like lounge area back out there.
It's like those tables are in the open.
Yeah.
Wow.
But where you guys seated in the cabin, as you rise up into the air, the halfling guy, Lucky, his
Lucky.
nickname, starts walking around. It's like, all right, guys, make sure y'all seated down, buckled up. I'll give you a quick tour of Alkenstar City. You can see it in the distance below us now as we rise up. That's Pilot Square. You're moving like across here. To the other side there, you can see Auburn Hill. In front of us, you see the other part of Skyside, the Capital District.
I can see my dead friend from here.
What?
Oh no.
Eleanor just blinks.
And like the airship is still rising. You can hear the engines like spinning, but they haven't like kicked into gear yet. And as it like gets to altitude, they go
And then they explode.
Oh, okay.
pulling you forward.
They power up more. They start shoving us.
If you look down now, you can see on our left side Alken Falls and Alkenstar Castle itself. You can also see there on the opposite wall of of the canyon, Hellside. You can actually see it below you. Now we're leaving Skyside, and we're heading out into the Manor Waste itself. In Chester, you look off in the distance, and you can see
farms.
Mama's farm.
You see farms, and you go out. You wait a little while, like 10 minutes as it heads out. You can see your mama's little farm way down in the distance.
It's a crater.
Way out
Do
there
you
on the outskirts.
do you point it out to us?
Yeah, it's Chester. There's my mama's farm. It's like way out there. She tries to keep away from the other farm much as she can. They're on the outskirts.
Can we see any people?
Not a
Are we
whole,
too high up?
Not a
too
whole
high
bunch
up.
grows
Oh.
there. It's mostly ranching and whatnot. But she goes out a whole bunch, so it's okay. It is right over there.
That's your home.
Oh my God, I see Opal.
I hope kid could learn to how to make some good stuff, make good bombs. I think he'd like that.
Did your mother teach you how to make bombs?
Yeah, she's an alchemist.
What?
You gotta
kind of
defend
parent-
yourself
What
in this-
kind of parent would allow their child to make explosives?
That's like
Well-
saying what kind of parent would give their kid a gun. Everyone, because you gotta defend yourself.
The same sort of parent who raised a kid who gave Janaya a gun.
There is a difference between giving a child a weapon and giving them the capacity to blow up their home.
Listen, an alchemist fire and a gun do the same damage.
Maybe you were a different type of child, but had I given my kids an alchemist fire, they would have lit tents
It's
aflame.
not like I was some toddler with a bomb. She taught me
Oh,
when I
thank
got
God.
old enough. Come on, Sack here. Just like little Chester toddler on. Bomb!
Look, Daddy Fire!
Daddy, look at this. Drops bomb on head. On fire. No!
Okay, I feel a lot better now. I had just kind of envisioned, I don't know, a glass rattle full of lyserium.
I mean, it'd be kind of fun toy, but no. That'd be a bit dangerous. Baby Chester is well looked after.
That's good.
I mean, so was every other Chester. All Chester? Me? I was loved.
You are still very loved.
Oh.
I'm sure somebody does, at least.
Somebody out there, yeah. I got married how many times at this point?
So many.
3? 4?
Speaking of which, when should we move in together?
Oh.
I was thinking about a spring rededication since we eloped.
I'd like to give a quick update. Micah has responded to me showing what Bing thinks.
Was he hangy?
First, he misunderstood. He said, y'all have a wiki, and I had to explain what it was. And he said, wait, excuse me? Bitch. I worked hard. How dare?
Apparently, I worked hard.
Oh, it's delightful. Anyway, so as you go out away from Alkenstar, and then it turns to head towards Cloud Reaver Keep. And you guys see, how many of you have been in the Mana Wastes?
Me.
Chester has not gone far, but he has been in.
Has Eleanor gone out of the city much?
Eleanor's not originally from Alkenstar, so she probably would have traveled over it by airship or something to have gotten to Alkenstar.
Okay,
She probably wouldn't have traveled through the Mana Wastes. They're elves.
that's fair. Then you might recognize stuff that starts to happen because as you travel, you start changing course. The engines get a little bit louder as you come up to speed, heading towards Cloud Reaver Keep. And you can see that the terrain gets very rugged, inhospitable. Further than Chester, it probably would ever explored from the farm. You see just the desert sprawl out before you. There's rocky cliffs. There's deep canyons. Canyons.
Deep cannons.
There's these fields of these things called hoodoos, which are just I think I've described them before, but it's HOODOO.
Yeah, it came up a few episodes ago.
You do.
I don't remember what it was.
It's like a spire formed by erosion, wind,
Ooh.
and whatnot. But you see stuff like that below you. But you also see these weird bits of weather. You see clouds that are not just gray and dark storm clouds. They're purple, some are red, some are faintly tinted green, and they rain and do different precipitation. But you can see from the distance that none of it actually makes it down to the desert. And they sprawl in and out of existence really quickly. One of them kind of catches their blimp. You go through some turbulence. You see outside, like landing on the little area, not a lot of it gets there because like the blimp covers most of it, but some like little purple ice crystals form, and then they kind of like dissipate. You see snow, you see rain. It's just the weather is very chaotic in the Mana Wastes and like constantly changing. You could sail through perfectly clear sky and a like massive storm could come and go instantly in front of you, because not all the weather is like natural. It's like remains of like conjured magic from the war. Do you want to go outside on the deck?
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
The Mana Wastes sound like they'd have like storm chasers
Oh yeah.
who just go through the Mana Wastes to document what they see.
What a storm chaser to be. You have to move quick for that one.
Wouldn't
Yeah.
that be awesome though?
You go out on the deck right as the ship like goes through a patch of cloud, and there's like raining little ice crystals, and it smells like lilac.
Huh.
That sounds so fun.
Gooseberries.
And then like they like kind of melt away instantly, disappear. Again, none of it actually gets to the ground.
Can I stick up my tongue? What do they taste like?
It just tastes like water.
It's poison.
And then next you see the like purple cloud that's like shooting blue lightning that has like a sulfurous smell. You don't have to like go through that directly, but like you also notice out here that like the winds are really chaotic, because I'm not a meteorologist, but typically like wind kind of has like a direction it's coming from when it's blowing, and it kind of changes directions slower-ish. And this like wind like just chaotic different directions. It'll be strong this way and then strong the other way. It's wild. None of the weather feels like it lines up with actual weather patterns. It's more just like whatever bits of magic is left over directs the weather.
Why? These clouds are automatic. They're systematic. They're hydromatic. Why? They're blue lightning.
What the fuck is that?
Grease lightning.
Shut up.
Okay.
I'm starting to see why a dirigible in the spell-scarred desert might not be a great idea. I'm glad we got Pharaoh Winslow.
I mean, it's better than going on foot.
I mean, if there weren't a very good crew, I doubt it. Get blown off course or something.
It's been absolutely fascinating to see these sights.
Yeah, and you head out
I
for-
should cast a spell right now. See if things
Just-
get even worse.
I mean, it
Don't
could.
roll a one.
Hey, yeah, you do that. Chester goes inside.
Yeah. Wait, no, Eleanor's not seen Chester explode yet, has she?
Chester.
Not Chester.
Not Chester. Eleanor's not seen Psycheer explode, I don't think.
Chester.
I think you've passed all of your checks since I've had Eleanor.
I think so.
Devising a stratagem.
Oh my god.
With the door open? Really?
It blows the hinges off.
I don't think you have, though.
I don't think I've seen Chester explode as Eleanor.
It's like here.
Again, I can't. I'm sorry. I don't think I've seen Psycheer explode as Eleanor.
No.
We've gotten lucky.
Yeah, we've gotten lucky, and we've also forgotten to roll at some combats.
Yeah.
That's fair. Not a lot of them, though. A lot of like the spy orbs are just, they're not important
Spjorb.
in combat.
Spjorb.
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 Yeah, that's fair.
We'll find out probably.
Probably.
Given the cover art.
Yeah, it's going to happen soon.
But yeah, where you guys gonna hang out? In the first bit of this travel.
Is there someone manning the bar in the back?
Yeah, because that bar is looking pretty promising.
Like, Chester ain't going to get tipsy or nothing, but he'll have a drink.
As you guys kind of make it into the open air, settle out, Lucky will go back there.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, unpause the game so I can move Chester.
There you go.
I'd like to go talk to Pharaoh.
Oh,
if
I
at all
can
possible.
move. Yeah, Chester will go to the bar and drink on the deck and talk to Lucky.
Okay.
See if you can get a steak.
Steak.
Isn't that what you've been having? Or is that Gattleby?
Oh,
It's gotta
Gattlebys. Yeah, but Chester
Are
won't say
there
no to
in-flight
steak.
pretzels
Jacob
or
would say
packs
no
of
to
honey roasted peanuts?
Absolutely. And then there's Alkenstar ice wine.
Hang on.
There is. Go ahead, Drow.
Planes have degraded so much that I have to pick between pretzels and peanuts. I can't just get one of each.
Shameful day, Sue.
It is
Shameful
shameful,
Desu.
Desu.
Yeah, but they got snacks out in this bar and also some drinks.
I want cranberry juice mixed with a Sprite. My airline favorite.
There you go. Celeste is also going to come out to the bar and grab a drink.
Yeah, get the cool one in.
The half orc.
Wait, why aren't the elves joining us? They seem like they'd be the life of the party.
Oh, they're having a lively conversation. By that I mean Finn is talking to Brim, and Brim
The
is
half
nodding.
Elves.
Yeah, the half elves.
I mean, I am one too.
I love them. I'm so
Chester
glad.
wants Alkenstar special.
Here, get some ice wine. Or
Yeah.
some whiskey.
Whiskey.
We could all split nice wine.
I won't. No, it's mine.
Ice mine.
It's ice mine.
It's mine.
All right, yep. I won't
Wait.
bother with
What's the drink that the undead like to drink?
that is Alkenstar.
Oh, it
ice
is?
wine.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Because it's strong enough that they can still feel it, right? Or it's magical.
Yeah.
Partially magical.
Well,
Yeah.
it has a little bit of positive energy in it, so it kind of breaks through their undead resistances and gets them.
Spicy. Chester drinks it. It's like, ooh, it's spicy. Everybody else drinks it. I don't know what you're talking about. How it don't matter.
Y'all share a drink, and you said you wanted to go to the.
Yes, I want to see if I can talk to Farah about
Yeah.
the weather.
You knock on the door, and
An actual good conversation in Alkenstar.
the first mate, I believe, co-pilot Dezen opens
Okay.
the door for you. And he's like, "Hey, I forget what I did for his. Hey, you, what you want? Come to see the cockpit? Want a tour?"
Security's very lax
Drow.
here.
Keep it together, Drow. Sure, show me your cock. Yeah. I tried so hard.
Try so
Got
hard.
so far. Oh, my heart rate elevated because I was trying to keep that one in. Anyways, yeah, I actually wanted to discuss with the captain the types of weather that she's seen on this particular route.
captain's a little busy. Hey, it's like here, working pretty hard. She's like all she can do to like, she's like working the wheel to navigate the different winds, and she's like
Yeah.
moving different levers.
I bet the winds make this
Very hard.
extremely difficult.
Oh, she's probably worn out at the end of her shifts.
She's got like an ashtray with a bunch of different burnt cigarette
need-
ends in it.
Do we need to bring her a drink?
No.
No,
No, not like a tipsy one, but like a cold beverage or something to refresh her.
Yeah, if you want to look around, go ahead, but we're kind of busy keeping this thing on course. He goes back to working these like engine power levers and looking at the
there's-
stuff.
Literally a bed in the cockpit.
If you want, there's a telescope up there. You can get a view.
very much so.
Do I have to put in a quarter in?
No. Make a perception check, Psyche, here through the telescope.
Oh my god, that's 15.
15?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see far out in the desert. You can't really make out any specific features or, like, you're not sure what's pointed at. You assume they're looking for, like, weather or any potential, like, hazards or whatnot. But, yeah, you don't see anything looks all clear.
There appears to be some turbulence.
The north winds are blowing.
Jacob just ripped hella ass.
It vibrated the table.
Oh my god.
What's up with that manaway storms?
That was not supposed to be that loud. This chair's cushioning did nothing.
We need to get you a pillow.
You need to sit on the pillow.
I just
We'll get you a fart pillow.
Well, the winds from
A fart
beyond
mic,
really
a fart
blowing us
pillow.
Oh
off
my
course.
god. Holy shit. Oh my god. I'm trying to see if I have
Pardon.
anything that that might
cure gas.
no.
There's Tums.
I'm trying to see if I have like guidance or something. I don't. I just have things that are good for healing people like an idiot.
So dumb.
Yeah.
How could you?
Nobody ever dies in this game.
Farah like looks up over the through the
no one.
she looks through the like the windshield again, like both directions, and you see those pipes next to the wheel. She like uncorks one and yells into it. Nalby, Kevin, keep an eye out. One of you guys stay on the observation deck. And back you just hear intelligible.
Fuck you. I love the goblins. Any goblins so far have been delightful.
She's like, man, they're never gonna keep any eye out. They're just obsessed with yelling at each other in the engines, which is not bad to be fair. But
Do you want me to go and look?
If you want, we need someone up there keeping an eye out, make sure anything the telescope doesn't spot.
Okay, I'm gonna head to the observation deck.
All right. Sure, I'll take you there.
By yourself?
You guys are drinking.
Chester had a drink. You can
Yeah,
just
a
be like,
small-
hey, Chester, come help
You
me
know what?
survive in the mana ways.
I will ask the blue-haired gnome if they would like to accompany me to the observation deck.
Osuvu?
Yeah.
What do you say?
Would you care to come up with me to get a look at the landscape? I was thinking about going to the observation deck.
Oh, there's an observation deck? I mean, I know there's like the lounge in the back, but like, okay, yeah, sure. I go up. Like to see the sights. So
Awesome.
I imagine it's going to be a little, fucking windy up there, though.
Just hold on tight. I have rope, right? Should we tie ourselves to the ship?
I mean, if you want to, you can. You don't gotta.
You don't have to survive. You could just live life on the edge.
You get up here, make another perception check as you being a lookout.
I wish I was any good at this. 23.
23. You feel like you can see in the distance, kind of coming from the back of the airship, you see dark silhouettes of winged creatures. 3 of them.
What?
Is there a pipe?
There is.
I'm gonna flip it open and be like, there are 3 winged creatures on approach.
What direction?
From the aft, so that would be like, what, south?
Oh, okay. Just keep an eye on them if they get close. You know how to use a ballista, right?
What on this route do you normally encounter that is winged?
That's the matter with it. It could be anything.
You do be right.
What type of weapon
do
is a
be right,
ballista?
A ballista, thanks for asking, is in fact a large weapon. It is a siege weapon. Large, mounted, and uncommon.
Wait. Like, is siege weapon different from simple and martial? Proficiency, martial.
Martial. Okay, so if you're martially proficient, you can use it, it
I
looks
don't
like.
think I am.
Chester is proficient in martial if you want to have them yell for him.
Is there another pipe that I could yell into?
The main one goes to the cockpit, unfortunately.
What's the second in command's name?
Doesn't.
Dezen?
Yeah.
Can I be like, flip it up? Dezen, could you get one of my friends to come up here? Or maybe both of them?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Thank you.
And he
Get
runs
down.
and he comes while you guys are enjoying a drink. He walks up to the bar and is just like, "Hey, your friend asked me to come send you up to the observation deck. You mind heading on up?"
Yeah, I can do that. And, Kat, you are also trained in
Where would
martial.
I find that?
It's under your proficiencies, but I don't know where you'd find that on the thing.
Okay.
Whenever both of you get up here, why don't you make a perception check, Chester and Eleanor?
Oh, that's a miss. Oh, glad I missed that.
23.
24.
24. Yeah, you. What was yours, Kat?
23.
Yeah,
Just
both
one
of
below.
you see these winged beasts getting closer. It looks like they're starting to fly up over the airship.
Like probably to us. Like,
They were behind it, and now they're starting to go up behind it. We can't quite get a view of what they are, though.
do we know about how far away they are?
It looks like they're chasing it.
Chasing us?
Yeah.
Chasing the dirigible.
Chester
Then they're closing on it.
will
Are-
point this out.
Are they perchance within 120 feet?
No.
Okay.
Are
How far can the
they
ballistas shoot?
perchance, I'm trying to look, resembling a blah, blah, blah. Crew, it takes 2 people to man it.
How exciting. Teamwork.
Proficiency martial. And when we launch it, we don't have to. When we launch it, I don't think we actually have to roll to hit. They have to roll a reflex to dodge.
Oh.
Interesting. Yeah, so you're going to have to, if you want to use it, there's like actions around it. You have to aim it, load it, and then launch.
Oh, range increment 120 feet. There we go. So what is aim? So you have to aim it.
Yeah. So you see on the stat block for it, aim, and 1 action, load, 2 actions with the manipulate trait, and then launch, 1 action, attack, etc.
And it looks like we have to load it twice. It says 2 times.
It takes 2 actions.
So two action actions.
Yes.
Okay.
So then that's why it has to be done in partners.
Yeah.
There's
it
too
looks
many
like.
actions for one person to man one.
And then it's an attack action, so we have to roll to hit with it, and they get a reflex save.
So each creature, unattended object, and structure the siege weapon is aimed at, or that is in that area, takes the amount of damage listed in the launch action with a basic saving throw against the DC and the stat block. If you are trained in any weapons of the category listed in the siege weapons proficiency entry, you can use your class DC instead of the weapon's default save DC.
Fun.
And if it's mounted on a vehicle, the penalties for attacking from a mounted vehicle apply as well, which is, I'm not going to say really applies because this thing is so massively huge and it's not moving like violently. That's more for like if you're on the back of a chariot or something.
Yeah.
It's not moving violently because we have a professional driving.
You do have a professional. But yeah, what do you guys do? They're closing in. They are far enough away, like hundreds of feet. What do you want to do?
Could we go ahead and start
Well, yeah.
putting them in the right direction?
I think that's what we do. Is we've got 4 people up here, assuming that the archaeologists will be willing to help us.
Sure.
It could be Psyche and Chester on one, and then Eleanor and archaeologist on the other. That
For the
way,
proficiency?
For the
Oh, yeah.
proficiencies.
Yeah, everyone has a proficiency.
And
Husband and cat.
Oh my God.
don't you start this again.
Too bad we didn't call on the half orc. She might have martial weapon proficiency.
Yeah. But hey,
You're right, though.
Is what it is. Whenever they get within range, I suppose we'll shoot.
So are you going to go ahead and load them then?
Yeah, let's
Yes.
like do everything we can
And I'm
to
also
prepare.
going to let Farah know.
Okay.
Gonna be like, hey, they're getting closer. We're going to engage.
And I am assuming that these can spin, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because like as they are, one's pointing off to the left, one's pointing off to the right. If they couldn't aim back and forwards, it wouldn't.
Well, they would be kind of
of
pointless too if
Yeah.
they couldn't aim backwards and forwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the cannons are often on the track that moves in an arc.
Once they get within range of the ballistas, I want to cast magic weapon on them.
Ooh,
Was
fancy.
that work on ballistas?
That's a
It's
good question.
a weapon that is unattended or wielded by you or a willing ally.
We're willing.
That's a good question. That's because that's like you put striking on this thing.
It says, I want to say no because it says targets one weapon. These aren't called weapons. Mechanically, they're called siege engines or siege weapons.
Fair enough.
What if I cast it twice?
No, I just don't think it works like that, unfortunately. But good try. If you can make these things work, I'm not sure you're going to need it. 4d12 piercing damage.
D12s.
And also, another thing is like magic weapon gives a bonus to hit. These don't roll to hit.
Okay. That makes sense.
No. You do have to roll to hit.
No, you don't.
Oh, because it has the attack action, meaning it applies to attack penalty. Just pointing it out. So I don't.
Yeah, but the siege weapon rules.
Okay, cool.
That's basically if you use launch and then use your own attacks. The siege weapon rules say that you hit or you shoot at whatever, and then it has to make a basic whatever save listed.
Okay.
That is interesting.
The attack trait is just more for like action economy stuff.
I want to say, right now that's great, but I don't like that because they could be used against us, and that makes me unhappy.
Yeah.
Oh, you. Okay, but yeah, so you guys get in a position, you aim, and you load them. I'm going to say that what you see as they start to fly up and over you, you see 3 creatures flying towards you.
Creatures, huh?
Yeah.
Any silhouette that I can make out?
Oh, they're already on the map.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, they look like they have partially the body of a deer, the head of a wolf.
Puritans!
Puritans!
Harringtons, don't tell him I was stabbed by the deer. Blame it on the dragon.
They also have like these big hawk wings. They have chicken legs in the back and antlers. They're weird mishmash looking things.
This is
That quote was for you, sis.
These creatures fascinate me, not because they themselves, but I had never heard of them until a book Kat and I read. What was
Fablehaven.
Fablehaven had them in it, and then later we heard about them on the GCP, Giant Slayer game, and I just didn't know that these were a creature that were like a thing.
And one of the best characters almost gets killed by one of these. He survives, but that's he's like, please don't put stab by a deer on my tombstone.
Now, kind, gentle, wonderful DM, I would like to say we did say we wanted to shoot them at 120 feet, and I cannot help but notice
You put
that
them really
they are
close.
much
Heckin'
closer
close.
than that.
Well, 120 feet is off map.
I'll put them here whenever you're able to identify them. Why don't we roll initiative?
We don't need to be able to identify
They
them.
are like flying over the balloon, like 20 feet over.
Fair enough.
I don't
Okay,
think
fair
you
enough.
get panache in this, so I'm not going to do after you.
Yeah, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
I mean,
Perception.
Perception.
I think my panache is only based on my
All right,
weapons
so-
anyway.
Okay, yeah. Oh no.
Oh, there goes my normal rolls.
Okay.
I got a 11.
I got a 20.
21.
Oh.
I rolled a 2. There goes. Hey, the die is fair. I rolled a bunch of 20s, and now I got a 2.
Oh wait, but you are one of the ones shooting. Oh well, we'll find out what happens.
We'll find out what happens.
Interesting.
What was your total, Eleanor?
Wait.
11.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can Eleanor claim to let people go first after she rolls?
No, you say you declare after you and not roll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay,
What
never
was your
mind.
total?
it was 11.
11.
Because that would have been a great roll to just be like, I think I want to go last.
You stop that.
I already go last.
I know exactly.
It's okay. I mean, well, bad rolls for initiative happen all the time.
All right, it's going to spend its first action to move 25 feet.
Oh.
25 feet.
Derek, I think that we need to have a talk.
What?
We were ready to strike as soon as they were there.
I know, but initiative and the distance you want to strike is them being off the map. This is just how initiative works. Maybe they misjudged their speed and they're coming faster than you thought.
I think that you're a dick.
I know. The initiative, I think, is fair. It
I think
is.
that we should have
Just
gotten
all
a
rolled
shot off.
crappy.
Well, they're not all going before us.
Okay,
yet.
I rolled crappy.
Yet.
Well, here's the dumb thing. It's going to fly another 25 feet.
Don't get up in my face. I'll just stab you with my rapier.
And that's all 3 of its actions. So it is 20 feet up in the air.
Oh, above us.
Yeah.
Can we still hit it like that?
That is its turn. And its next one's going to go here. And it's going to do the same thing. It's so fucking far away.
Look, at least we have time to prepare.
You know what? I'll give you this much. I'll have them, the first 2 here, have started at the edge of the map because that's as far back as I can reasonably go.
Get them up in my face.
I'm going to have him be...
No, hand off the chess piece, babe.
Hit him with the ballista. Let him do this.
I want to scream at them.
Well, you said at 100 feet. I'm trying to honor that. Yeah, this
Oh my god, now you're trying to honor it as soon as I have a plan.
is... No, I was doing this before you said scream. That's as far as they can go. Those first 2. It is now your turn, Psyche. Here. You're manning the ballista with Chester, right?
Okay, so I'm trying to aim it. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You have to spend 1 action to aim it.
I will spend the action to aim it.
All right. And I think you can actually aim it because I backed them up. I think you could just aim it at them directly.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you can totally aim it at them directly.
I'm also going to spend one of my focus points to cast Lifelink on you.
Ooh.
All right. That'll be 2 actions, right?
That's 2 total, yes.
Anything else you want to do?
I just want to make sure that the rope that I tied to myself and then to the deck is secured.
Okay. I didn't know you were tying a rope. I missed that part, but
That's whenever I was just up here with the...
Okay, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so you rotate it, you like spin the wheels and gears to get it lined up. And that's going to be your turn. Next in the order is going to be Chester Williams on the self-same ballista.
Hey, this doesn't have an attack roll, but could I devise a stratagem with this?
Oh my god.
Sure.
Oh wait, no, hold on. I have to choose a creature and strike them with a loading
with a loading.
When you make...
But we could use your class DC instead of the Balistas DC because you're proficient.
Provide your strike uses an agile or finesse melee weapon, an agile or finesse unarmed attack, a ranged weapon. Ha
This is the siege weapon.
I know. I can't do it with this.
You tried, Jacob. You tried.
Oh my god.
I tried. So, what is my class DC? All of our class DCs should be the same, right? Trained in investigator class DC. I don't believe that has increased at all since.
So that's going to be 10 plus your level plus 2 for trained. I feel like it should also add your ability, like intelligence. So that would be 21.
Class DC is equal to 10 plus your proficiency bonus for their class, plus the modifier for the class's key ability score.
So it is 21.
Yep, it is
All right.
21. So I will use my class DC, and Chester's going to shoot at, I suppose, the middle one.
Or whatever one.
That one.
Which one did Psycheer aim at?
Yeah.
Oh, which one did you aim at? It's like you aimed and didn't specify which one.
Okay.
Yeah.
The middle one then?
The middle one.
All right. So that means I need to make a reflex save.
Yes.
Ballista DC 21 for your class DC reflex. Here we go. Reflex is pretty good for these peritons.
Yeah, I bet it is. They're flying
Seriously?
creatures. Yeah.
Okay, 21 exactly. So basic means I'll take half damage. Would you like to roll 4d12 for me?
That sounds like so much fun to run 4d12 for damage. Roll.
So, yes. 10. 11 for 21. 12 for 33.
Oh
my god.
And 11
Oh my
for
44.
44. Yes. Out of a potential 48 damage, I did 44.
That's
Hot
insane.
dog.
Jacob, it's a power moment.
Oh!
Do you feel like a barbarian?
I'm a barbarian.
You don't kill it, shockingly.
What?
But
Well, you only did
put
half, right?
A hurting on it. If you had full damage, you would have basically killed it.
Oh my
But-
god.
So close.
It moves out of the way, but you like spear through its hindquarters, and it's like this huge bolt just. That's one action.
Then Chester will...
You're in the seat too, just like.
Chester will load.
All right, so that will be 2 actions.
One load action. That's 2 actions. So that means if Psycheer aims it on your turn, I can load and fire.
Yeah.
And yeah.
All right, so you're going to load another bolt in, and that's your turn.
Well, I will load, but remember, it takes 2 load actions to load it.
Yeah, but yeah. Psycheer's going to have to help you. All right, cool. It is the lastmost Periton's turn, the Slowpoke. He's just going to... Zoom. That's his turn.
The
3 actions to move.
I don't know. Do you show these tokens on the YouTube?
I can show the art of it.
Because they've got a heart in their mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
They look like a
Horrifying.
wolf.
You want the actual artwork here?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, good heavens.
I put it on the Foundry.
Horrifying. I would
Wow.
not want to meet one of those in a dark alley.
I wish that they were the same color all over though.
Yeah.
These are horrifying little
It's
beasts.
scary.
Awful.
I don't want to meet them on top of a flying dirigible, neither.
Okay, so it's Suvu's turn. She is going to do probably
The same
nothing.
thing.
She's going to aim,
Yeah.
but she doesn't really have anything to do with the other actions.
Well,
You
it's
know what?
good
She
I went
has a hand
last.
crossbow. You know what?
Oh,
She's
yeah.
gonna
Aim too.
and then she's going to shoot at the one Chester shot. Let's roll that.
Look at her.
We really should have gotten the other
Aw.
one. They had a fucking musket.
Misses on the shot,
Aw.
and she reloads her hand crossbow. So that's her turn.
Plus 15 to hit. I like her.
That's not bad.
Okay, so that's her turn. She's aimed the thing for Eleanor. Eleanor, it's your turn.
Yay. So what is the class DC thing? Mine would be
It's
dexterity.
21.
Yours will be 21 too, because it's 10 plus your proficiency. So that's a level is 5,
Yeah.
15 plus
2.
trained for 2 is 17 plus 4 for your dex, which will be 21.
So do I roll or just
You just spin an action to shoot it.
I spend an action and shoot? And I'm going to shoot the one that's closest to me and Usuvu.
Okay, so the right one. on the
Yeah.
map.
Or rather, I guess whoever Usuvu aimed at.
Yeah, and you're also trained. I double checked. You're not expert yet.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So you're going to spend an action to shoot. So I'm going to have to roll a reflex save from this guy. 21.
Oh,
That is it exactly.
I rolled no, that's your DC.
Oh,
I rolled
yeah,
an
no.
18.
Uh-oh.
Give me 4d12 damage.
Let me get D12s out of my stack of dice because I haven't rolled one in a while. All right, let's do this.
This activates Jacob's monkey neurons.
Greenie. I can't talk today. That is an 8,
8,
a 9, so that's 17,
17,
an 11, so 18, no, 28,
28,
and then a 10 for 38.
38. Holy McShit. He's alive, but he's got it like running through his gut. Ow.
he's alive? Yup. Okay.
Eleanor yells over the sound of the wind. I didn't know that ranged weapons could be so fabulous.
You shoot right through this guy's gut.
I imagine like it kind of pushes us back with the
Yeah.
There's got to be kickback to this thing.
So that's one action. I imagine you're going to spend the other two to reload.
I mean,
Reload.
it's not explosive.
Remember, you're in a seat. It's a siege weapon. There's no kickback. You just chunk and it shakes.
Okay, fine. I feel the shake.
Feel that reverberation. Reverberation? That's
this
good
guy's
enough.
I want it to feel.
He is going to fly over Eleanor. I need you to make a will save as he spends an action to do a thing.
Okay.
Oh, are you going to jump from the thing out of fear?
That would not be fair. That would be bad. No, we could just go down the ladder.
I got a natty 19, so my will save is 28.
Oh, that's a success.
Something tells me that was important.
Its shadow passes over you, and you swear for a second that it loses its shadow and starts like flying off with yours, but you shake your head and it doesn't.
Oh, that sounds bad.
It's really weird to like remember a creature that you've heard or fought in a combat like years ago, and then you start remembering things about them.
Yeah.
I forgot
These
they
were
could
in
do the
Reign of
shadow
Winter.
thing. Yeah. Oh, dude, a lot of stuff.
There's another addition to go too. But all right, it's going to instead spend another action to like swoop around and fly down and land on the deck. And it's going to take a bite at Eleanor.
Take a bite out of crime.
With its
Can I use my? No,
fangs.
I've already used up all my turns. I can't use my nibble dodge, can I?
No,
you
you
can.
can
That's a
do your
reaction.
I attempt to use my nibble dodge.
Yeah, I know you're picturing this as seated in, but it's not really. It's two people working it.
Oh, okay.
It's not that big of a thing, technically. All right,
It's not a heavy ballista.
Yeah, so you spend your nimble dodge. You can check that on. 27 total. That's a pretty good roll for me, though.
I think you're going to be even with my nibble dodge on. I think nibble dodge is +2,
Yes.
putting me at 26. You just beat me.
Oh man, but that was far away from a critical though. So all right, regular damage on this is going to be just 8 points of damage.
Okay.
That's its turn.
But now it's in melee.
It is in melee range, yeah. Okay, so the next one's going to go here, and it's going to move lower and fly over Psyche here, and start working down to land here. Basically 2 actions. It's going to land, but it can't attack. I need you to make me a will save, Psyche here.
Okay.
Ooh.
21, that's going to be a success. Same thing kind of happens. It swoops over you, so it's like circling down to land. And yeah, you feel like your shadow goes with it for a second, but you shake your head, and it doesn't. It's landed. Both of them are on the deck now, and there's one more still in the air. Okay, there's that. It is now Psyche's turn.
I'm curious, which one of these hasn't been hit yet?
The one in the air.
Okay.
If you want to scream, I can take it.
Can we still like hit them whenever they're on the deck with the thingamawhat's
They're
it?
too close.
They're too close?
That has
All right.
that minimum range of 25 feet.
Okay. So do you still want me to?
Aim at the third one?
Okay, yes.
Yeah, because it still does
Well, no,
a lot of damage.
You could aim, but what Psyche definitely needs to do is load for you.
Yeah.
No, I can load on my turn
Oh, okay.
because I get 3
You could
actions.
also
aim.
aim on your turn too.
That's fair.
Oh, because if you have 2 actions, you could spell. Is that why? One action aim.
Yeah.
I see.
Action economy strategy.
Yeah, because I can load and shoot, which would be 3 actions. But if you want to shout, you could aim and then shout.
Yeah, I'll aim and shout.
Okay. So
Sorry, Eleanor.
I said I can take it.
that's you'll catch Eleanor and only one. Hold on a second.
Because it's the 15-foot cone.
No, you can catch Eleanor and then you
Oh,
can
from
start
that
at that
corner.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love that you can shout from
What
any
is the
corner.
save? Thank you.
Fortitude, did you say?
Yes.
23.
You do make it. So
Okay, I gotta
this'll
roll my
be
saves then.
heightened, right?
I-
D6 plus 4 Sonic.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, that
So
one
the first
fails.
one, the more hurt one rolled a 22, so that'll succeed, right? Mm-hmm. So half damage will be how much?
3.
3? Okay. Oof. Boyo is barely alive. And then the full damage is 6, and the other one failed. So that will be shmeh. All right, cool. So you aimed at that one and then yelled at these two. I think that's your turn, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Next in the order is going to be Chester Williams.
Chester will finish loading,
Okay.
and he will fire.
Okay. Boy.
Come on, Jacob. Big damage like before.
Prepare to meet God.
That's a fail.
Oh, come on. You treated me so well last time. 4,
Okay.
8 for 12, 3 for 15,
One more.
and 12 for 27.
27.
Not bad.
Okay, so that's
That's over average.
Yeah.
okay. All of these guys are severely, grievously wounded.
We've got these totally awesome siege weapons to fight with.
And now we're done with the siege weapons. Unless you can fire before it gets closer. I don't think so.
This
Dang
next
it.
one's just going to fly straight over Chester, staying up in the air. Will save, please.
Oh no, Chester, you better pass. You got a hero point if you don't.
Oh, I got a 17 on the die
Good.
for 27.
Actually, you can get that far. 27. Yeah, same deal. He tries to use his ability Mimic Shadow, but you resist it. He's not able to take your shadow away. He's
It's
actually
mad. You can't have it.
he's flown out a little bit. He's about
Oh, he can be hit.
25 feet directly from the ballista, but he's still up in the air, so he'll actually be a little bit further out than that. It's Usuvu's turn. She's going to 2-action load, 1 action aim at the far out Periton.
I get the drift.
All
Did
right.
you load last time on your turn?
Yeah, I started the load.
Good.
Yes, I think you're ready to go.
Yeah, we're ready.
So it's your turn, Eleanor.
As much as I want to attack the one in front of me, I'm shooting at the one in the air.
If I can propose something to you,
Okay, go ahead.
first you should stab because the ballista will take away your multiple attack, but you don't have to roll for it. So if you attack, roll, and then ballista, it doesn't affect the ballista at all. But if you shoot first, you'll have a -5 on your stab.
How much does it take to shoot the ballista?
1 action.
1 action.
So you should shoot last.
Do I have to? I'll have to draw my weapon, so that means I only get 1 attack.
Yeah, you can draw, attack, and
I'm gonna
then-
do that.
Okay. Which one do you want to hit?
I'm gonna hit. Isn't the one in between me and Saikir barely alive?
Yep.
Then I'm gonna hit that one,
All right.
or at least try to. I draw my rapier and try to attack. I do not have panache.
Both of them have like giant ballista bolts sticking out of them. Roll to attack, please.
Yes, just making sure I didn't have panache turned on if it did anything for me. Nat 20.
Nice.
Yes. If only it weren't the one that's nearly dead.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay, so it's going to be a lot less because I don't have panache.
Yeah.
2d6 plus 2.
Doubled.
Yep. And it's rapier. It has deadly. I get the d8.
Yeah.
Double the 2d6. Do I double the d8? No, I
No.
don't. Okay, so that is
2d6 plus 2.
8 doubled is 16.
Okay.
And then the d8
So dead.
is for 20 damage.
Yeah,
Oh
you
my
eviscerate
goodness.
this thing. It is so. It had like 4 hit points left. It's so dead.
Eleanor's killed a new thing she's never killed before.
Oh my goodness! You run at this stupid dog, deer, wolf beast through.
Do I have to drop my sword to
No.
shoot the...
No, you just pull the trigger.
Okay, I just pulled the trigger.
Or you could kick it like a cool swashbuckling pirate. Just ching, ching, stab, kick.
If you want to roll performance to kick it, like, shing, shing, stab, like he said, and then kick it with your foot.
I totally want to do that because I would argue that should get me panache if I make a DC 25.
If you make a DC, which I will set, which is lower than 25, you'll get panache.
Okay, I was going to say, because it says panache, you can set it to a DC 25. Yes, I want to try to do that. Performance.
Do it.
Come on. Natty 17.
Hey!
28.
Get that panache.
Eleanor, you stab this thing through. Yes. You realize Asuva's like, no, shoot it. And you just kick the lever. And it shoots at the periton. And I have to roll a reflex save.
Can't wait to roll these dish 12.
Wind blowing in the hair. Your shirt coat billowing.
Some panache.
The ruffles. Yes! The ruffles fluttering.
And now roll me 4d12 damage. Because it failed.
10, 16. 10, that's 26. 12.
Oh my God.
38.
38 damage. It's dead.
I love siege weapons.
It's so dead. You shoot it and it just falls out of the sky, lands on the structure, and just leaves a little stain.
It does the physics things from video games when you hit him with a spike weapon. It just goes, line rails off into the distance.
Yeah. Somewhere down in the bottom of the mana waste, we're dropping Periton bodies on innocent
Chester's mom's
bystanders.
out there harvesting alchemical goods in the mana waste.
What's that hell?
That's for you, Mama.
I bet she could get some ingredients from a Periton.
I brought dinner home.
Eat well.
Love you.
I love you, Mama.
Mama Williams.
It's the Periton's turn. It's going to attack either Psyche or Eleanor. I'm going to roll a d6.
Attack Eleanor. She's attacked one of its enemy.
It's going to attack Eleanor, actually.
Okay.
I rolled a 4 on a d6.
I used my nimble dodge.
All right, nimble dodge. It's going to hit you with its antlers. What did I get? What's your AC with nimble dodge?
26.
I missed with a 24 total.
Wait, if I hadn't used nimble dodge, you would have hit me.
Yeah, boy. Shit. It's going to attack again with its fangs as it tries to bite at you because they are agile. It
Lower
wants to
AC.
bite at you.
Oh.
Miss.
Yes.
And one more time. Miss. Okay, that's its turn. It doesn't really have anything else it can do besides bite and attack, which is what it wants to do. Psyche here, the observer wins. It's your turn.
What do I want to do to this thing? How far up is it? It's close by, right?
It's landed on the deck.
It's landed. All right.
Can I couldn't have had my shield.
You already spent your reaction.
No, so you would have hit me once.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well,
Sorry,
I'll let you,
but I
that
had
was
to
with
interrupt.
The antlers. Yeah, I'll go ahead and roll damage on that. That is going to be 10 points of damage.
Okay. I gotta be fair.
Go ahead, Psyche.
I'm going to scream again.
Okay, so fortitude.
Yeah. And I'll move.
You could point it differently.
Yeah, so that I don't hit Lenore.
I rolled a natural 2 for a
Kill it.
total of 8.
That's
Kill
a
it,
fumble.
Psyche here.
Yeah, that is going to be a critical failure. So roll your damage and double it for me.
Okay. 16.
16 points of damage. Psyche here, you turn to yell at it. You scream. You let out such a concussive sound, which even over like the rushing air, that its antlers falls off. Its ears start to bleed, and it dies.
Sweet combat, guys.
It just falls over and dies.
All right.
And as you guys are catching your breath,
I'm
in the
gonna
aftermath,
lift up the thing and be like, 3 Periton's dead.
well, that's good to hear. And then as soon as that finishes, you hear, and you see a plume of black smoke rising over one of the engines.
Oh my god.
And that's where we're going to pick up in our next episode.
God damn those goblins.
Oh no. That's why you don't let goblins be engineers.
God damn it, Bobby.
Damn it.
But ballista fight's pretty awesome.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Third Gallon Podcast. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing, rating, and reviewing us. If you want to see more from us, check out our website, thirdgallon.com, or follow us on Twitter. We are at thirdgallon, that's THIRD gallon. You can also tweet at us using the hashtag thirdgallon, and we are on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook with the same handle, at thirdgallon. We also publish a video version of the podcast on YouTube, which you can find on our channel, The Third Gallon. Our theme for this season is Delta Rust, composed by Andy Ellison. Our ambience for this episode was composed by Michael Ghelfi, and you can find more of his work on his YouTube channel, Michael Ghelfi Studios. And you can support his awesome work at patreon.com/Michael Ghelfi. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.